Greetings from the Black Tower. I am your host and your guide, Ara Manasul. Tonight I'm going to be going over the Covenant of the Fire God. First off, I want to go into a few details real quick. This is officially take 3. Trying to get this right. Okay. So the covenants, what are they and why are they important? Okay. In magic, anything from low magic to high magic, the covenants are, the elements are the base of magic. They are just an integral part. They are the base of magic itself. And so let us look at the covenants as being equated to the elements. Okay, so if all of you are following along with me using the Simon Necronomicon, of course mine's paperback edition. Okay, so let's try to put some English into this. Okay, so we did the Covenant of the Watcher, which represents north. We did the Covenant of Enki, which represented west. We're now going to be doing the Covenant of the Fire God, which will be to the east. Now, I know that there are a lot of misconceptions and a lot of debates on whether east or south is fire, air, and so forth and so on. But we're going to keep this simple. Alright, so check it. Okay, so for this one, since the sun rises in the east, and because fire is equated to the sun itself, both in its aspects of healing and growing, and hot and dry, and so forth and so on, okay? So for this, east is going to be the location of fire, okay? Now that I've got that bit out of the way, which I've screwed up every time I keep trying to say the fires of the south because I'm so used to other forms of magic where you have to equate the south with fire. But for the Necronomicon, it's not like that. East is fire in the Necronomicon. Okay, so now that we got that bit of retardation out of my system, and I'm feeling bits better now that I've been purged of my craziness. Okay, so if to go a little bit further into this, let us look at the covenant or the conjuration of the fire god. If I can find it, forgive me. I've been doing this a few times already, and I keep losing my place. No idea why. Anyway, so in the conjuration of the fire god on page 65, it says spirit of the fire, Gabil, spirit of the fire, Hera, spirit of the flame, and we can go on, and we can get confused, and we can get twisted and turned around. But I want to make this simple for you to understand. So the name of the fire god is Gishbar, okay, or Gishbar. The name of the power that Gishbar controls or is created of or whatever is known as Gira, and it's the flames of Gira that we will be focusing in on. On page 65, you'll notice that the conjuration, it's got Gabil in it. Well, there are 2 aspects of Gira, and they are Gabil, which is the consuming part, which is the one where they make the little wax figurines and throw it into the fire, where they curse your enemies and so forth and so on. Interestingly enough, you can also use it to remove negative aspects of yourself, so forth and so on. It doesn't necessarily have to be used to destroy your enemies. It can be used to destroy weaknesses in you, which is a more constructive, destructive thing. And how dare you, way, think like that. But I'm going to dare. I dared. Okay. And then you have Gabul, Gubul. Gabul is the life-giving, the growing aspect of it. In this instance, you would make a clay wax doll, kind of like you do in sympathetic magic, of somebody that has a headache, a broken arm, a broken leg, stomach hurting, anything like that, even chest pain. It really doesn't matter. And you're going to either write their name on the back of the doll, or you're going to some way of signifying who it is. And you will invoke Gishbar Ba Gabul, which is the Gishbar, and then the flame aspect of Gishbar, which which is Kabul, which is the healing aspect of Gira, and inflaming yourself. And you will be visualizing orange energy over the affected area in waves, slowly removing the problem, slowly healing the pain, slowly removing all obstacles, so forth and so on. Okay. Now, that having been said, now the way just a bit, that's just one of the things. I had to rewrite the Conjuration of the Fire God to fit it for the Kabul, which if any of you are interested in it, just drop me a message on here, email me, whatever. I'll get back with you. Also, going back into this though, so you will refer to Gishbar as the fire god. The fire god is Gishbar. The aspect of Gishbar that you wish to get in contact with is either referred to as Gishbar Ba Gabil or Gishbar Ba Gabul. And that's Ba as in B-A. Isn't that funny? It's kind of like a Egyptian loan word. Catch my meaning, anybody knows what I'm talking about. Look up the Ba, the B-A of Egyptian, and you'll find an interesting connection there of why it's even used. Which the necronomicon is like a hodgepodge of different languages and stuff. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is you're going to need your Aura Star, you're going to need your Agamasaratu, you're going to need some incense, you're going to need 4 tea lights. 3 in the top, 1 in the top left, 1 top right, 1 bottom right, 1 for the Agamasaratu in the middle. And what we're going to do is, you don't need the Agamasaratu to summon your Watcher for this rite. It's pretty simple, you don't have to, because we're going to be using this bowl because it is a sacred vessel through which offerings are given and so forth and so on. Even better if you have, like I have, a round incense comb burner. You can put your sandalwood or whatever you use in it and burn it inside the Agamasaratu when you call upon your Watcher. Or it also works in this particular rite where, you can put your incense stick on the outside, but for the Watcher, I have one that I use to put my cone incense in the middle. It even has holes so I can put the stick incense in it, which that's neither here nor there. So let's get back to this. So the top left, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to invoke Aranuna, who's the 39th name of Marduk. So in the 50 names department, which is page 144, there he is right there, Aranuna. You want to visualize this seal right here in your forehead, and you want to invoke him. So I invoke the Aranuna by the power word, and then use his power word and say his name a couple times so you can feel his presence there inside you. He is the God of covenants. And give him, I invoke thee with the intent of creating a covenant this night. You can refer to Simon's Gates of the Necronomicon if you want to for this rite, for the hour of the gate opening. But since this is neither celestial nor stellar, it's not necessary. However, this rite is done on a full moon. And the reason why is because the moon, when it's full, reflects the light of the sun, which makes this perfect since this is lunar magic. But because this is the fire god and all the aspects and everything, you want to make sure that it's correct. In the covenant of Enki, we used the dark of the moon because it represented Apsu, the abyss, the womb. Okay, so for this one, full moon. Okay, so top left candle, light it, invoke Aranuna. Okay, top right, second one, you want to summon, conjure, whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it. Nanib, page 32. This is Nanib. That's a seal. You want to visualize on it. Call forth Nanib, who is the guardian, the Dingir guardian of Saturn, which Saturn is over order. So it's very important that you call him. Get him in on the fun. Conjure him, summon him. That his presence appear for the sake of creating a covenant. That is your intent, and he will come. Now, the bottom candle is the one to Gishbar. You're going to want to light it, and you're going to want to use the call that's on page 65. Now, though it is for Gabil, it does, in essence, summon Gishbar in general. So feel free to use it just the way it is. It'll work just fine. There are no problems, no problems whatsoever using it. Because it summons the being, quite easily, anybody who's ever done it. Now, so, after you've done this, light the candle in the center of the Aga Maserati. Feel a connection to it, that it represents Gishbar and your covenant or your agreement with the flame, with the fire god himself, okay? The more intense this is to you, the more you connect with it, the stronger the result is going to be, which that's true in magic in general. So you're going to want to stand, face left, hell unto thee, Aranuna, to the right, hell unto thee, Ninib, straightforward, hell unto thee, Gishbar. This salutes them, this tells them, this recognizes they are there, okay? Now, from there, in a very clear voice, say, today I call upon thee, O Gishbar, spirit of Shamash, you are called. By the power of Gera, hasten unto me, by the might of will, by the force of desire. Hear thou my covenant unto thee. Take up the Aga Maserati with the lit candle in the center in both hands, out in front of you. Cleanse me, O thou mighty Gishbar. Feel it empower your hands. Feel your hands glow with the power of Gera. Bring it up towards the center of your chest, in line with your heart chakra, and say, purify me, O thou mighty Gishbar, and feel the flame in your heart connect with the flame in front of you. Feel them as one. Raising it above your head to where Kether would be, the light above your head. Feel the connection point there. That is spirit that is directly connected to us at all times. And feel it just cascade over you as you say these words. Anoint me as thy priest, O thou mighty Gishbar. Place the Aga Maserati back down on the aura. Before thee, O mighty Gishbar, am I made the priest of thy flame, as it is written in the covenant. Facing to the left, I stand before thee, O Aranuna, as priest of the flames of Gishbar. Write it, Great Spirit. To the right, I stand before thee, Nanib, as priest of the flames of Gishbar. Witness it, Great Spirit. Facing forward. So is the covenant of the flame and the sword complete, O ye mighty gods. Bow your head slowly, reverently. Embrace this moment. Embrace this time between times. Just embrace it. This experience enlivens you, heals you. It physically connects you. It spiritually connects you. It mentally, emotionally connects you. You are one with the flame. And for this moment, you and Gishbar are one. Thank them. Thank Gishbar for his presence and his aid, and for his connection with you, his covenant. Blow out the candle, give him leave. Do the same with Nanib. Thank Nanib for his appearance and his place in this covenant. Blow out the candle, give him leave. Face him to the left, which is Aranuna. Feel Aranuna's essence within you rise to the surface, to the seal. Feel the seal washed away, removed, and give him leave. And thank him for his appearance. Blow out the center candle. Close your circle. Thank the Spirit, so forth and so on. Do a cleansing. Whatever you need. Whatever you want. Whatever you feel led to do. Now, I could go on and on at length about these rites and why they're important. But the most important thing is they have to be important to you. If you're somebody who just wants to use the Book of 50 Names, who just wants to just mess around with stuff, none of this stuff is anything to you. But for those of you who want to understand Simon's Necronomicon, who truly, seriously want to learn and want to know and want to connect with it, how to be its priest, how to be its sorcerer, how to be its worker of magic. This is how you do it. This is how you connect. There are so many different forms of magic out there. I've seen a lot of things. I like a lot of left-hand practices. I really do. But I originally felt connected to this, and I was called to be its priest, or I felt called to be its priest. I felt its call. I have gone through all these years of study and practicing just to learn, just to understand this one book. Now, that might seem crazy, that might seem out there, but I like to look at it as dedication. Dedication and recognition is not found in the eyes and the hearts and the words of others. It is found in the long journey and path between you and your gods. It is a very divine, sacred thing. And it is something that's just between you and these spirits. Not very often will you get a chance to share, help, but when you do, make sure you do. Keep it alive. That's how traditions are created, is that they're crafted, they're purified, they're worked out, all the kinks are worked out and everything else, and then they're shared. Because, no matter what I've come to understand and I've come to learn about the system of magic, I met others who know things about it that I don't, or that I'm just like, wow, that is so cool. I don't know why I didn't see that. That's not important what you do or you don't. What's important is that you take it and you make this magic real and you make it yours. You make it who and what you are. A lot of the pitfalls and traps and so forth and so on, man, they're just there. But just remember one thing. When they tell you that there are doors that you open that you cannot close, and that there be dragons and so forth and so on, who wants to live a normal sheeple life? Who wants to live like that? Who wants to wake up every day, 9-to-5 job, paying bills, stressed out, and all this, that, and the other? Their life could be so much more, so much fuller. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a 9-to-5 job and a family and all this, but I'm saying you've got to have that which feeds the flesh, and then you've got to have that which feeds and nourishes the spirit within, and the mind and the heart and the emotions. And this is just one of them. There are many paths, many things you can do. You don't have to worship these beings. These beings ain't something you get down on your knees to. These are beings that are co-creators with you. Their essence is found in you. And all you're doing is learning how to tap into it, how to unlock it, how to become one with it. And you're rolling with it. I wish all of you nothing but success and just happiness. I have no selfish desires of doing this. There's no great, I'm going to be great and everyone will be renowned. I don't give a damn about any of that. But those who truly seek, I'm hoping that they find that they find my channel, that they actually listen to these videos. Because, I have a rule of thumb. Check the ego at the door. Let's talk magic. Let's talk spirituality. Let's talk truth without the dogma, man. Fuck dogma. Religion, their beliefs were so beautiful, but their practice left some to be desired. It became controlled, and you had to do this and you had to do that, and so forth and so on. Your religion, I like the way the Bible puts it. Pure religion undefiled before God is love. And if that's the case, shit, this is my religion because I love it. I love the gods, and I love them in my life. I love their trials. Because without something to go against you, without any kind of trial or anything, man, you would never become strong. It's like weightlifting. You're not going to become a bodybuilder if you don't go lift weights, and work out and everything else. Well, magic's the same way. You got to work out. You want to be great at it, But, I wish you all well, and I wish you all a great night, Spirits conjured, God's created.